God has no religion.
This is why the God of heaven is against man-made religion. Man-made religion.
Sir, all religions are man-made. Let us allow him to continue.
Promotes his idea, his philosophy, his theology, his thoughts, his dreams, or his nightmares, until the scripture says he will teach us
of his ways.
His ways. We would walk.
In this video, guys, we'll break down why all religions are man-made. We'll listen to Jordan Peterson battle Sam Harrison, and we'll dive into it real quick. We'll get you in and out, and I'll share with you why it's an actual fact that all religions are man-made, indeed man-written, and man-interpreted. Allow us to dive in.
There's a tension between, how we pursue the same goals. Like, as we've just established, we have many of the same goals. But insofar as you make religion look palatable, insofar as you suggest to your audience that they can have their religious cake and eat it too, they can have their reason, they can have their respect for science, they can have a 21st century worldview, but they can also hold on to everything they loved in Christianity or fear to lose. And it's undoubtedly mostly Christianity, but whatever, any religion. My concern is that it keeps us shackled to these Iron Age philosophies and these Iron Age conversations where we should be having a 21st century conversation about everything.
I stated that all religions are man-made, and this can be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. When we come to Christianity, so again, put on your big girl and big boy pants and ride with me and disagree with me on the facts, not of emotional ideology. You know what I mean? Let's deal with facts. All religions are man-made and man-written. So when an individual, preacher, scholar, regular Joe on the street said, and God said, technically they are directly speaking out a falsehood. And God said this in the Bible. No, the individual that wrote that particular book in the Bible, which are all books written by men, said that God said. That is the correct way to state anything that you believe that the God that you say that you represent has said to you. No word on this planet has been written by other than men who have brought those things forth and put them into a religious format, and you have accepted the religious format. You have every right to do so. However, you do not have every right to mislead and make statements or quotes that are not factual. Moses said God said. Paul said that Jesus said. Mark said that Jesus said. Instead of saying God said, Jesus said. You don't know that because they didn't write it down. They didn't write anything themselves, the God that you say you represent or Jesus. So again, you're going off the words of men. And in the case particularly of Christianity, we're just dealing with Christianity right here. I'm talking about Islam. I'm talking about Judaism. All of it is man-made. Those individuals who followed Jesus, who the book said was a Jew, they established the religion Christianity. Indeed, a man-made religion. Moses, who wasn't even at the beginning when Adam and Eve, according to Moses' works of what God said to him and what he wrote, he wasn't even there. So again, at best, we're getting a third party illustration of what is supposed to have happened in the beginning. And again, these things tend to spiral out of control because individuals who claim to be Christian do not follow the footsteps of Christ. In the book, Christ says, turn the other cheek. I see not one of you individuals turning the other cheek. Christ says in the book, according to those who wrote about Christ, so I can't say that Christ said, those individuals who wrote about Christ said that you should treat your neighbor, treat everyone as if they were your neighbor. You're not treating everyone as if they are your neighbor. And I understand. So again, you're not following the word. You're claiming the name, you're claiming the principles, but you're not following it. And this is where I have my issue, especially with the conservative right. They tend to hide behind the cloak of a morally high religion while literally practicing almost everything against what the Christ stood for. The brotherhood, the sharing of the goods, the love of the people. They use what I have described as soft racism in order to demonize, criticize, and place specifically almost every social ill at the foot of black people. And no, I'm not a liberal. I would never be a liberal. And I voted for Donald Trump. But I keep it 100. I hold these conservative, right-wing, hypocritical Christians to count. And I hold those left-wing, hypocritical race hustlers to account as well, because they race hustle and want to put everything at the foot of black people. So both of them are working in a way against each other and putting the blame at the foot of one another, while both and many of them claim to be Christians, claim that Jesus is blessing them. Again, we have to move beyond that type of rhetoric and deal with facts and deal with truths. When you're dealing with the Christian right, you're dealing with individuals who refuse to acknowledge anything evil that the founding fathers have done. But yet, they want to condemn black people for all the violence that blacks are committing within the inner cities, which are and is egregious behavior. I would never condone it. It's right to be called out, but yet you'll never hear them call out or say anything about the behavior of the founding fathers when they are celebrating the founding fathers only for the good. They did as much evil as any other individual on the planet when it comes to sexual assault, when it comes to kidnapping, when it comes to RAPE, when it comes to holding people hostage, when it comes to extortion, when it comes to actually deleting people, actually killing them for not doing certain things. This sex trafficking, etc. This is the history of the founding fathers as well. They have that, and they have the great side of building the Constitution and building a great nation. They did these things at the same time. All this was going on, and they was doing this. All this evil on one side and all this good on the other side, simultaneously. So when you want to talk about them, you talk about them completely or don't talk about them at all. This is my approach. And again, I am America first. But I'm through with the hypocrisy, especially from these conservative right talking heads who want to always try to place the blame of social ills on black Americans, try to act as if black Americans only want handout when at the same time they voted to give Israel a 75-year free welfare plan That's 3.8 billion now annually, and has been going for 75 years and has no end in sight. So if you want your own citizens who your government, who those who established this nation, destroyed and economically castrated for over 250 years, and then another 100 years of Jim Crow, you should hold that same standard to a whole nation of people who you are giving free taxpayer dollars every year for 75 years. Your hypocrisy stinks. And it's sickening. So I'm ending right there, guys, because I don't want this video to be too long. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and comment, and we could debate this religious thing all day in good faith with facts. If you can prove me wrong, and I see that I'm wrong, I would accept that. One more thing you want to know and understand is this. If the happening of the world came from two people, Adam and Eve, according to the AI calculations, and they put together some crazy mathematical formulas, it would take 11,000 to 44,000 years for it to be 8 billion people on the earth as it is now, far exceeding the 6,000. So again, we have to look at things from a large perspective, get out of that emotional attachment, and let's deal with reality and deal with facts. And let's debate the facts. Again, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful day. Sending you peace and love. Peace.